58. Eat. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 34 yards there at a first down. He was doing everything he could to get the 6 points, a little bit short, but still an excellent run.
And look at it from the defense's point of view. They could have given up on that play. They did not, and still were able to corral him. Now, they've got some work to do in this down coming up, but at least they're being competitive and trying to stay with it.
Max 50. Man, that's trash. Check. Hey, Steven.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They get it to him running left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Packers nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 29-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
At the 31-yard line.
319. You got nothing to work.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
150. Mike, shoulder.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it this time. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Vikings 14, Packers 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Rush in. Get 300. Get 300.
Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play at any spot on the field.
Now Rodgers, buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Hey, let's get this.
They'll try the right side with Jones. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5 now. Kaiser under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ben Gideon coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Now it's the backup Kaiser. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran. Perhaps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you to the end zone, get you 6?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Hey, Steamer.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the 44, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing, Cousins. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right. Far down. Stand up here. Let's go, Mike, 50. Hey, Ken. What we got? Where's the hot? Hey, check 24.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
At their own 25-yard
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Let's go. Come on.
Kaiser on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Kaiser dancing to his left. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. 1:55 left to go in the 1st half of play. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. They go play action. Kaiser. He's going to air one out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
At the 46-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, baby. Return on.
Throwing is Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing again. Kaiser. The left side throw complete to Adams. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
A 1st down throw for Kaiser. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Adams. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And he'll be out of bounds. 33 yards that time. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do?
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And from down in Miami, an update. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27th. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Cousins caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Cousins at complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. To throw is Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it! Come on, God, 55. Woo-hoo!
Play fake. Kaiser under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
To throw is Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
GoHard! Ready! Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball! Check 26, check 26. Right there!
First down, here's the run with Cook. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
That's right, baby.
They run it again with Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Packers' 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Send one west. Hey, receiver.
Cousins to throw it this time. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Following the interception, Kaiser is going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He's coming. We got double.
They start the drive with Cook. Oh, he shifts past him. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second and inches, Cousins. He's going to rifle one. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 43 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They'll try to run with Madison. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point try by Bailey. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Vikings 31. Packers.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now. 54. 54, Mike. Bring it.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Kaiser, it's caught outright by Graham. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first and 10, Kaiser. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Third and long for Kaiser. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 18. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To Hunt, 180. 2. Check 99. 6. Pull it high. Through.
From the 22, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tyler Lancaster on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gap.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third and long for Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dean Lowry, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. First down, Kaiser. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Give me some.
To throw again. Kaiser. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yellow.
Following the interception, Cousins over the middle here to Rudolph. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run, Cook, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Throwing here, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. He leaps over him. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Kaiser on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Kaiser now. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Kaiser. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll throw here. Kaiser in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Kaiser. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Extra point try now for Crosby. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got